Hello, and welcome to our lesson on performance monitoring, controlling, and reporting. This segment will cover managing changes. In today's dynamic business environment, projects often encounter unforeseen challenges, shifting priorities, and evolving stakeholder expectations, necessitating agile responses to adapt resource allocations and project timelines accordingly. Effective management of changes to resources and time involves a systematic approach to assessing the impact of modifications, obtaining appropriate approvals, and implementing adjustments while minimizing disruption to project progress. By proactively addressing changes in resource availability, skill requirements, and project schedules, organizations can enhance their ability to meet project objectives and deliver value to stakeholders. In project management, there exists a delicate balance between adaptability and control when it comes to implementing changes. While some adjustments can be made swiftly by the project manager without formalities, others demand a structured change management process to uphold the integrity of project baselines. The guiding principle is clear. Any alteration with the potential to affect the main project baselines, scope, cost, schedule, and quality necessitates careful analysis through a change management process. For instance, minor modifications such as reallocating staff resources or adjusting non-critical task deadlines, which do not directly influence the project's core baselines, can typically be executed by the project manager without formal procedures. These alterations, while essential for day-to-day project management, generally maintain the project's overall trajectory without significant deviation. Conversely, changes potentially impacting the core baselines demand a more structured approach. For instance, introducing a new team member or acquiring additional materials could inflate the project's cost baseline, warranting formal change requests to assess the implications comprehensively. Similarly, extending the duration of a critical path task directly affects the project's schedule baseline, necessitating careful evaluation through a change management process to mitigate risks and maintain alignment with project objectives. In essence, the distinction lies in the degree of impact on the project's main baselines. While minor adjustments can be accommodated within the project manager's purview, changes with broader implications require adherence to formal change management protocols. This approach ensures that project adjustments are made judiciously, preserving the overall integrity and maximizing the likelihood of successful outcomes. It is also important to note that some changes proposed will have an impact on the project resources and/or time. For example, if the scope is increased, this might require additional resources or extending the schedule baseline. The change management process addresses this interdependency. Managing changes to schedule and resources in a project involves a systematic approach to ensure that modifications are properly evaluated, approved, and implemented while minimizing disruption to project progress. Here are the steps involved. Change identification. Identify the need to change the project schedule or resource allocation. This could be due to new requirements, unexpected events, or shifts in priorities. Change request submission. Stakeholders or team members submit change requests outlining the proposed schedule modifications or resource allocation modifications. These requests should include details such as the rationale for the change, the impact on project objectives, and any supporting documentation. Change evaluation. Assess the potential impact of the proposed changes on the project's schedule, budget, scope, and resources. Consider factors such as time constraints, resource availability, dependencies, and stakeholder priorities. Impact analysis. Conduct a thorough analysis to understand the implications of the proposed changes on project timelines, resource requirements, costs, and deliverables. Identify any risks associated with implementing the changes and evaluate mitigation strategies. Approval process. Present the change requests and impact analysis to the project sponsor or relevant stakeholders for review and approval. Obtain formal authorization before proceeding with the implementation of approved changes. Documentation. Document all approved changes, including the rationale behind each modification, the agreed-upon schedule adjustments, and any updates to resource allocation. Maintain a comprehensive record of change requests, approvals, and implementation details for future reference. Communication. Communicate approved changes to all relevant stakeholders, including team members, clients, suppliers, and other project participants. Ensure everyone knows the updated schedule and resource allocations to avoid confusion or misunderstandings. Implementation. Implement the approved changes according to the revised schedule and resource plan and include them in monitoring and controlling. Coordinate with team members to adjust task assignments, timelines, and resource allocations as necessary. By following the previous 8 steps, project managers can effectively manage changes to the schedule and resources, ensuring that project objectives are achieved within the constraints of time, budget, and available resources. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall continue discussing managing changes. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening and see you on our next segment.